Welcome to Mad About Madison. I'm Clarice Scheele, and today I'm at the Jefferson County Public Library, where I'm going to speak with Ann Inman about the Smithsonian Touring Exhibit, Waterways. Let's check it out. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about this amazing exhibit. So first of all, like a Smithsonian exhibit in Madison, that's crazy. How did that come about?
So we went through a selection process over a year and a half ago, and were chosen with 5 other sites in the state of Indiana. It's through a program called Museum on Main Street, and it's administered through Indiana Humanities. And particularly, they were looking for sites that were smaller communities as well as on a body of water. So one of the sites is Lake Webster. There's one Cope Environmental Center that's up by Richmond. There are 2 on the Wabash River, one up in LaPorte, and then us. So.
Oh, awesome.
So it's all over the state.
Oh, cool. That's amazing. So then that means that this exhibit is part of a series, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is a nationally touring exhibit. So it's in other states, and has been touring for several years.
Oh, awesome. Amazing. And what would you say is the most impactful part about this exhibit?
I think how it relates, we are affected in this area so much, whether it's culturally, historically, recreationally. Our economic impact is huge based on our water. If you look at the Ohio River, what regatta and the different festivals bring to this area, Clifty Falls State Park, we are just in a natural place that is so impacted by both our watershed and the bodies of water in very positive ways. And then there's sometimes some negative ways. When you look at the flooding of Clifty Creek, in the past year, that really impacted the residents of Madison that live in that area, in a negative way. So water being what it is, and the future of water and how important it is, we're very fortunate in this part of the country. If we lived out west, where water is such a declining resource, we would see a lot more of the negative effects, whether it's through the fires or the Colorado River, where different communities have rights to it that may not even belong to the communities most impacted by that river flowing through their area. So
yeah, and I was thinking about that with it being the Ohio River right next to us. It's a really great connector to this community in general. How can members of this community take what they learn at this exhibit and incorporate it into their everyday lives?
So, well, I think parts of the exhibit really look at the ecology of it, the environmental impact. So just knowing how many gallons of water it takes to brew a pot of coffee, how many gallons of water it takes to produce a pound of hamburger. They're very much everyday uses of this limited resource, that we don't even think of how quickly we're going through it. So I think that is one of the things, is really how important water is to our everyday lives, and then how can we help preserve it for the future.
Yeah, just you saying how much water is used to make a hamburger, I'm like, oh, why? I didn't even know water was used to make that.
Yeah, my favorite part of the exhibit is right there, how much water, and you can just look and see how much these everyday usages use up this resource.
Wow.
So.
That's crazy. And so how long is this display available?
Until February 20th, so we have it for 6 weeks.
Is there any type of admission charge for this exhibit?
No, it's free.
Oh, awesome. And what kind of age group do you feel like is really tailored to this exhibit, or is there not?
It's suitable for all ages, and we have programs that are also affiliated with the exhibit. So we had Hanover geology professor Ken Beavis speak, and he talked about the science, of the area. We have 3 programs that are geared more toward children and educators: river exploration, build a boat, which are really geared toward children, and then explore the Underground Railroad, which is geared toward all ages. So.
Oh, awesome. Wow, you've got a whole program set up for this exhibit.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, we originally set this date because we thought we'd be past COVID. We wanted to be in a time period where field trips from all the different schools could come and enjoy it. Of course, you know, things, how they were a year and a half ago to now, we're still in this. So we really have only had one field trip so far, and most of the schools aren't doing field trips at all. But that was something that we really, you know, looked forward to having for the library. I think it's a natural with the different colleges in the area to pull the educational areas together, you know, and work around that. We also have 2 events coming up related to this, and not in the time period of the exhibit, but through planning the programs for this. We have a film series that will be coming with probably 5 different film clips from Indiana filmmakers having to do with water. And so that will be on April 5th. And then Tony Steinhardt, who was in the movie Madison, which was a major motion picture that was released in 2000 that has to do with Madison and the Madison Regatta and Miss Madison winning the race. He will be doing a presentation that was originally planned through the Historical Society about the movie and the regatta and the racing team with artifacts. He's a snowbird, so that won't happen until March or April. We haven't really set the date because he's in Florida right now. But it's just neat because it also, in this time where it's harder to run programs, you know, it's really set us up well for the next coming months also. So.
Yeah, and I did see you have like masks and stuff available too, and hand sanitizer to keep people safe when they come here too. So yes, a great way to encourage people to come and ensure that they're still going to be safe while they're going through the exhibit.
Yes, we definitely recommend at the library, anyone coming in the doors, you know, wear masks, and most people are glad to do that. So.
And what do you hope will be accomplished through people seeing this exhibit overall?
Well, I think a new appreciation for water, whether it's in our area or internationally, and just looking ahead, what can be done for the future to help preserve it and sustain what we have. Considering our county, which is so based around agricultural, you know, needs and tourism, based around the waterways, this is a important for this area. We are not faced, say we were in Africa or in the Western U.S., we are not faced with the same needs, you know, where we every day see water as a declining resource. So just really raising awareness and the scope of understanding about what is going on with water. But if you just look at our area and how, from a historical basis, this city is here because of the water. Hanover College is where it is at because of the river. The historical part of that, the cultural, you know, part, and what the water has meant to the people that have lived in this area is really important. And so combining that with the environmental and scientific aspects it really brings much more of a well-rounded look at it as a resource.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, and all that starts with education too. So.
Yeah. Yes.
And when can the community members come and visit this exhibit?
So we're open 7 days a week, and it's not normal for the library to be open on Sundays, but we are right now open 6 days a week, both library and exhibit, and on Sundays the exhibit itself is open.
Oh, so. Awesome. That's awesome that you extended your time for that.
Yes, we did. Yes.
And will there be any more exhibits, like Smithsonian exhibits like this at the Jefferson County
We
Public
definitely
Library?
hope so. This has been a great experience. This was brought in, a semi brought it in. There were 20 crates that were just, we were like roadies. It was like a concert crew bringing in the crates, and we had a team combined of our staff and folks from Cope Environmental in Richmond, who will be doing it next, and Indiana Humanities that came down. So we had a crew of 10 to put this all together, and the support has been great through Indiana Humanities. I have never run an exhibit before, and to our knowledge, there has been no exhibit like this in this city. So this was a brand new thing for us. We collaborated with different people in town between the Historical Society, a local artist. The city of Madison has a water authority, and so the supervisor in the beginning got involved when we got recommendations. So we got recommendations from the college, the Water Authority, the Historical Society, and then of course we had to meet the specifications for the exhibit. So,
all right, well,
yeah, we're very proud to be chosen.
Yes, yeah, it's an amazing honor, honestly. And thank you so much for speaking with me today about this exhibit. This is really amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you, Clarice.
Make sure you come out and see the Smithsonian exhibit. Again, it's open now until February 20th, 7 days a week. So this has been this episode of Mad About Madison. I'm Clarice Scheele, and I'll see you next time.